Hi everyone, this is Tammy at Snowstorm Crafts, and welcome. So this is my Junky Grungy Grammy series, and this is Sandy. She's going to be the star of the show today. I just sold her this morning, so she is sold. But I figured we'd have her here for a little example and stuff. I'm selling them so fast that I don't have one to look back at to see. So that's going to be her, and then I will get her off to the post office after we're done. So what we're going to do today is we're going to do the face. We're going to hand stitch the face on, buttons, mouth, and I'll show you guys how I do a nose, and then add the hair and add a fun little bow on top. So I'm just going to use some lace here, and coffee dyed lace, some buttons, uh, some DMC just embroidery floss. I'm just using 2 strands. And I got some just polyester threads. Just whatever thread you have, cotton, polyester, anything like that will work. And some needles. And I think that's all we need today. So let's get started. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's go ahead and just find some fun buttons that you have laying around. And I just thought these were cute. Those are so fun. So I'm just going to take it and we're going to sew the buttons on and go from there. So I'm just going to do some stitching and sew them on. So just line them up how you want it. And I just knotted at the end. I doubled up my thread. And I'm just going to pop through the back here. And I'm just going to leave the knot. It doesn't matter because we're going to be gluing a bunch of just threads and stuff. Just orts is another name for it. Just a bucket full of threads or a jar full of threads. Any kind of container you have. So I'm just going to go like this. And that's why I have it long enough here. I'm just going to pop it through each time just to secure it really good. Get off. That easy. So I'm going to go ahead and do the same to the other side. So we got the eyes done. Now I'll show you how to do the nose. I just have the polyester thread or cotton thread and just 1 strand for this. So I'm just going to take it and pop it out a little above the eyes up here, about there. And then just make sure, that's a good lesson there, is just to put a big enough knot. You want a good anchor so it doesn't pop through. Make a big enough knot. Just a little above the button eyes. Okay. And then just go right, a couple threads right underneath where you came out. Go in, grab a little stuffing underneath, and then just pop it pretty much just straight across on the other side. And what do you think? A quarter inch, depending on how wide you want your nose. Okay. Pull it. And then we're just going to do the same thing. So go down just right below it and then pop out right underneath where you came out, just right across, just like that. We're going to do that all the way down. You can see when you pull it, it starts forming a nose. So just go right underneath, grab a little stuffing, just because it gives it a little dimension, and then pop out straight across. And you can go as long down as, long as you want your nose here. We're just doing the same thing. You can keep kind of tugging it and seeing if that's how you want it. Right there. One more. Just pull it as tight as you want. And you can also do this before you put your buttons on too. Either way. That. And I'm just going to pop back through the back of it. And then tie a knot in the back. And then just tighten it up. Tie it off right there. There we go. And you got yourselves a nose. So there. This one's a little loose. I'm just gonna move this button over. So you can just readjust things however you want it. But I'm just gonna sew it over a little bit right there. Okay. There. Now it's coming along. We got that. And the next thing is just grab your pencil. And I like kind of having a little smirk on the face. Not really like, a real big smile. Just kind of just a smirk. And it can be a little wavy, just however you want to do it. So I just kind of go like that. And I just lightly put it on there. Okay. And I take my black embroidery thread, put a knot at the end, 2 strands. And then you just go to the end of your mark. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and go over just a little bit, grab a little, like couple strands off the fabric, like that, and then just pop through. Okay. And go just a little bit over, however far you want to go over. This is where we're going to put all the little lines, all the vertical, just little lines like that. So I just go and just grab just a little bit of fabric, pull it, and just keep doing that a little bit. Enough to keep the thread in its place. And then we're just going to go below it, a little up above it, a little side. I'm just going to go back through there and then pop out right here. And then you can see we're just going to cover up that little fabric part right there. So we're just going to go right below it and then just pop out right above the next one. Just like that. So you're just hiding. That's why you only grab just a little bit of fabric. And this is the easiest way I found to do this. And just tie it off in the back. That turned out really cute. And now let's go ahead and glue her hair on. I went ahead and got my silicone mat, just so I don't get it on my nice cutting board here. And Fabrifix glue, that's what it looks like. I wanted to show you guys. And I think it's in my Amazon links down below. If not, remind me and I will put that down there for you. Okay. Oh, and the silicone mat, it's a double, you get 2 of them. So just remind me. I don't know if I have this down there either, but I will put it down there for you. Okay. We got a protective surface thing here. It could get messy. I just grab out some threads. These are some embroidery threads. These are some fabrics from, some like this, some coffee dyed, just threads that come off your fabrics. These are the best actually to grab off. Like if you're noticing that you don't have enough, just go to some of your fabrics and just start pulling them off. And you'll get a bunch that'll come off, especially jeans and like denim, and it's great. You can sit there and just pull off a bunch of them. Okay, that. And what we're going to do is we're going to start with the bangs here. I like to start with the front. See how we want our bangs. And this just brings them so to life. It's so cute when you put their little hair on. I have some little tiny fabrics in here. I just try to get those out just because I don't know if I'll be able to catch them and they'll fall out. Catch them with the glue. It does take a lot of threads. You don't want to skimp on their hair. We're going to start with bangs here. And I'm going to grab the polyester thread to sew down the front part here. And then the rest we will glue. Okay, so you just look, make sure you have everything how you want it. Fiddle with this for hours, getting it just right, which I have. Okay, so then I'm going to poke in the back right here, get some of the actual fabric on the head here, pull it up, and we're just going to go around like this. Just keep doing the same thing, so pretty much like a whip stitch, and I'm just doing it right at the top of the head. I don't want to like poke it way out so everybody can see it, so you want to keep it on the hairline at the top. Okay, you're just going to go like this, and you can see it starting to gather. We're just going to do that all the way. Catch all those little pieces like that. Just make sure you're going through like the fabric part of the doll. Catch it. Isn't that cute? I just love how it does that. So that just gives her a lot of personality right there. Keep doing that. The hairline right here. Catching it. And you can see you can do them closer together if you want. You can do them wider apart. Just however you want your look to be. Oh, isn't that cute? So now, go ahead. If you're happy with it, tie it off. And with that, there's our cute little front. Isn't that cute? Okay. Next, we're going to take the glue and get your hair. or your threads, which is your hair. And let's see what colors. Let's do some fun little colors here. I like mixing them up, doing some bright colors and some little muted colors. It just gives it a little character. I mean, I like this one. I like how hers is all bright. So kind of fun. I didn't really grunge her up too much. Uh, I did the body and everything, but I didn't like do the apron. But I went ahead and did this one off camera. I forgot to tell you guys. I went ahead and grunged her up, which I just took my instant coffee in a little spritz bottle with water and sprayed it, and then took the instant coffee granules and just rubbed them in. Just took them and just kind of rubbed in the granules on the wet spots. And you get a little grunge. So it's that easy. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start gluing here. I'm going to start up at the top. Let me get this glued down. I didn't sew as far down on this side. I'm just going to secure it. There we go. Like I said, you could do a glue gun, hot glue gun. Works great. I like the Fabrifix because it really does hold nicely, and it's like made to do this really nicely, and it doesn't dry as fast. Like cool off as fast. Like the hot glue gun, how it cools off, and you have to do it like really fast. Because I tend to like to move things around, so this gives you a little buffer. Like if you don't like where it is or how you placed it, you can just move it around, and it's not set permanent right away. That's just my preference, so. But a hot glue gun will work great. Then I take a little bit like this, start up here, and just work my way down. And I just make sure no bald spots. And just do a little squish. And it's going to get a little messy on your fingers and stuff, but that's when you know you're having fun, right? Get a little messy. Okay. I just keep doing like just little arcs, little arches, and then just keep gluing it down. And as you push down, you can feel it seep through, so it gets all the threads on the outside and your fingers. But I want to make sure that they're not going to just be falling out, So I always go through and just kind of try to hold, get it squished in there. And if you see any loose threads or anything, you can take your glue and just kind of tack it down. You give her a little haircut. Get the threads that you don't want hanging so long. Okay. And you can always have her have longer hair if you want. She's going to have a short little haircut. So you just go through, just keep fiddling with it until you get the hair just like you want it. Okay, there we go. I'm really liking that. And then we can just glue this a little bit. I can even go through and do another stitch over here on this side. There we go. Really cute. And let me go grab my I have bronzer that I put on their little cheeks, or blush, whatever you have, just a little blush or bronzer, and a Q-tip. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and got just some bronzer and a Q-tip. Like I said, blush works great. And then I just put it right on the little cheekies right here. Blend it in on circles. And there we go. Easy as that. So we got that. Now, let's go ahead and do her little bow. So this is, I got it at 5 inches by 3.5 inches. And I'm just gonna pinch it in half. Thread. Just accordion folded it. And then I got a cute little just wooden butterfly. And I thought green would look nice with her little dress. Fits in nicely. So I'm going to look and see which side I want it on. I think better balance is over by the small eye. And then I just do kind of the same thing I did with the hairline. Is just make sure you grab the top of the head here, around it. Hear it. Then I'm just going to take my butterfly and stick it right in the middle and just go through the little buttonholes here. My mother-in-law got me these butterflies. I have a little baggie of them. Wish or Timu. Okay, I want to say Timu. I think it was Timu. Not exactly sure. It was gifted to me. But they are great. I love using them. Okay, so making sure to secure it in there so it doesn't flop all over the place. I always seem to over secure everything in, but you know what? For peace of mind, that's how I like to do it. Make sure everything is nice and secure. Okay? Isn't that cute? Mm-hmm. So much personality. So I asked you guys in the last video, and we probably have a name for her now, because I don't know, I haven't put this on yet, but I asked you guys to name her. So I'm not quite sure what we named her yet, but I would love to hear names down into the comments here, and then I'll just tally up which ones were like the same, and I'll just write in the comments at the top of this video what we decided to name her, and go from there. I think that'll be fun. Okay. So now I will have the links down below of when I have dolls in my Etsy shop and stuff. So they're going pretty fast, so I'll just have to just put the links down when I can. So like when there's an availability of a doll, I'll make sure the link is down there. And I'll try to delete the one when I sell them, just so I don't, have you guys go into my Etsy with nothing there. So I'm going to try to keep up with it, but they're going pretty fast. So there we go. Isn't she cute? This is so fun. Okay, so I went ahead and tied her off in the back. Let's do it again. I like to triple do everything because it's scary if I sell something and then it falls apart on somebody. That is like my worst nightmare. Like, no. Okay. So I want to reiterate about, I have a disclaimer in my Etsy shop that these are not made for children, just for the fact of the buttons are not safety buttons. And I have the bulb pins and the sharp little objects here. And, some of the things can be hazardous. So I just want to make sure I put that on this video, that these are not made for children. They're made for big children like us. Like, we're never too old to have dolls, right? I totally agree. I think these are going to be cute just sitting up, on your shelf, or put them in a fun little bowl and have a bunch of things around them. And they're just so much fun. And I really, really love it. And I really appreciate you guys following me along on this fun series that we have going. And if you guys could please subscribe to my channel, hit the notification bell, and you guys can see my next video when I post it. Like, comment, and share, and let's grow together. And keep on crafting.